and let's have another look at our Warcry tier list. So the biggest complaint people had with the last one was that I wasn't able to include ability values. So as you all know, abilities are a huge part of the Warcry game, and as such, it wasn't really fair to judge armies based on values without abilities. So as you might have seen, I've recently published a video on valuing abilities, and I've had a lot of good feedback on that. Changed a couple of values based on your feedback as well. And here we are. Basically, I'm now at a point where I was able to include abilities and put them into the final scoring, basically. Also, what I've done since the last tier list is I've changed the weighting. So people weren't quite happy with me weighting things the way I did. So what I did was I actually asked a lot of people online, that on Discord and on Reddit as well, to give me their opinion on how I should weight the different factors. So how much is damage worth in comparison to survivability, to movement, model count, and so on. So I did that, and I asked people to rate these factors here. Basically, range and flight are a bit separate from that because yeah, they have different values, and I can't therefore just value them the same as the others. But anyways, I asked them to value these, and what everyone basically agreed on was that survivability is by far the lowest importance. Damage is slightly highest, but movement and model count are close behind. But survivability, people really didn't value high at all. So yeah, I guess I just agreed with that and went with it. So we are using survivability very low this time because that's what people are valuing it, and I'm not even disagreeing. I think survivability is not as important as damage is, for example. So yes, let's have a look at what that did to our tier list. First off, you'll notice that Skaven, who used to be rank 1, are not anymore. It's Seraphon now. So since Seraphon's abilities are right, they are the same value as Skaven, so that's obviously not what has changed this whole thing. It's probably more due to changes I did here in the weightings. So where Skaven are a lot better than Seraphon are in damage, but Seraphon has some other things going for him, like model count. So I'm gonna guess that, and they have, sorry, not model count, but range, flying. So I guess those things are a bit more important now overall compared to damage, because obviously with abilities taking a big chunk of the weighting, damage isn't weighted as heavily as it was before anymore, even though it's still, like, in comparison stronger to the other factors, but just there, by value of there being more factors, obviously the value here has gone down, and therefore the Skaven can't take all the biscuits just because they have good damage output anymore. Anyway, so Seraphon is top of the list now. Skaven come in second. We've got Stormcast Vanguard, Ironeth Deepkin, Splintered Fang. We've seen all of these in the top tier before. Those are our top 5. So they haven't changed much, which is fair enough, I think, because most of them have pretty good abilities as well. But then we have some who have definitely risen up in rank. For example, the Gloomspite Gits, and I feel like that's something people were agreeing upon, that Gloomspite Gits are a good warband. So I'm happy to see them up here now. They are in the top bracket now, so definitely good there. Flashy Eater Courts have moved up due to their good abilities. 23 points for both of these, you can see in the abilities, which is very high. Then we've got the Corvus Cabal ranging a bit higher than they did because they have a very good triple for their leader. We've got Daughters of Cain, Karajan Overlords, Slaanesh, Tzeentch Demons, ranging a lot higher now. Now, if you compare this to the very first tier list video I released, these guys were straight bottom tier. So I think we've come a long way since then. Tzeentch Demons they definitely are not a bad warband, and I think this is represented a lot more fairly now. They have very good abilities, and they have good range. So all of these factors now taken into account, Tzeentch Demons are a lot stronger. We've got Beasts of Chaos, Khorne Demons, Sylvaneth, Nurgle Demons, Tzeentch Mortals. So a bit below the demons now, Untamed Beasts, Cypher Lords, Ogres, Spire Tyrants, Slaves to Darkness, Nighthaunt, Unmade, Khorne Mortals, Fire Slayers still very low. Obviously, all the high toughness and low movement factions still suffer a lot from this because we've valued survivability lower now. Some of them have good abilities, which helps them get up there a bit, but just overall, they are still very much hampered by the fact that they have such low survivability and movement is valued high and so on. So that's why you'll still see low movement factions down here. So Fire Slayers, Ossiarch, those are tough, slow moving factions. They don't do great here. Bone Splitters, Iron Golems, Iron Jaws, and then these Stormcast and Nurgle Mortals. So Iron Jaws used to be bottom of the list last time we did a tier list. Now they've moved up a couple of ranks because their abilities are actually quite good in comparison to many others. So Stormcast don't have the greatest abilities, and Nurgle Mortals don't either. So that's why they've overtaken them. But still, it's all the high toughness factions are not looking too great. Concerning the difference between Age of Sigmar warbands and the Warcry basic warbands, like the Chaos warbands that were released for Warcry, I still think that they are very balanced. You can see there's Splendid Fang is already in the top 5. We've got Corvus Cabal in the top 8 or something. 9, sorry. Untamed Beasts is kind of middle, as are Cypher Lords. Then we get to the lower pits of Spire Tyrants, Unmade, and Iron Golems. So I think there's a very even spread of those. Definitely not all great. Iron Golems and Spire Tyrants, for example, are definitely not amazing. I'm not gonna lie. But you still have some very good OG warbands, so I don't think it's fair to say that they are just worse in general. Right, I hope I've given you a good overview over the tier list, how it's changed based on all the new things we've done. Please do let me know what you think about it. Stick around for the next coming videos. I have a couple of things planned concerning base sizes, concerning abilities to murder chaff models very quickly, and so on. I've had a couple of ideas, I have a couple of suggestions I want to get through. So we are going to take a look at a lot of Warcry mechanics in the days to come. So please subscribe if you want to, and see you in the next one. Bye!